Well, what's going on, you guys? I am back down here at the playhouse. We only have a few days left before the holiday weekend starts, and we're gonna try to get this thing done as quick as possible and get it dried in. So stay tuned. Let's see how far we can get today. First things first, I need to get myself some screws. I'm getting all the prep work done down here to where I have all my pieces cut and everything else like that. And we can actually, you know, just zip zap zoo right along. And I'm just gonna chit chat with you guys while I'm making my way over this way. The first thing that we gotta do is I have to cut the rafter tails and get them, you know, lined up. They're a little long. They do not need to be that long at all. I did want to have an overhang because it's always good to have an overhang if you can get one. Well, like I said, I've already got my mark over here. I got my tape measure. I hope I don't drop it. Because that's the game of working off a ladder, is having to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth 1,000 times. So what I'm gonna do here, since I've already marked it, I'm gonna zap the screw in real quick. Let me put that guy in more at an angle. On that mark, now you take this tab of it, attach it on to said screw. Now that will hold it there while I'm working by myself, and if I drop it, it ain't going far. All right, now I gotta crawl on over this way. Let's make you tight. Oh. All right, so now that I have that line there, I can make a plumb line and everything should line up. And this is partly why Mel's inside doing other things, because I gotta get these zapped before we can do anything else. So that's that side. I gotta mark the other side. So now that I've got all that marked, what I got to do is just zap them off. Those ends are always just so tricky. Yeah. All right, so we got all those rafter tails cut. I need to put the sub fascia on at the end, but before I can do that, I need to get a couple of measurements One, I need to cut the other rafter tails at the end on the overhangs on front and back, which I've already cut the rafters. I just need to get them matching this guy right here. So what I'm gonna end up either doing is either sandwiching. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sandwich it together, mark it down at the end. I'll go grab a clamp, and as well as I need to measure this top ridge and make sure on that length, so that way I can do the subfascia the exact same length on this side and on that side. So a lot of measurements back and forth. Once I get those measured and cut and everything else, the next thing is going to be the rafter ties that are going to connect from one rafter on this side to that side, and that will keep everything tied in. I'm gonna try to get it as close as I can to this ridge beam, but I'm also gonna try to leave at least like a ½ inch, just in case if I was a little bit off here or there when I had to rip down the boards of the 2x10s to make 2x4s. It's getting there, little by little, little by little. Anyway, let's keep on rolling. Before I get all crazy, let me get this clamp somewhat set up. Now, match the angle here. Let me bring myself there. And that should be the angle and the cut. So before I go ahead and cut the next angle, I'm gonna just triple check that I am, looks like I'm lined up right there perfectly. All right, sweet. I mean, that's how it should pan out if I'm straight. So now all I gotta do is mark the other one, cut it exactly like that. And I can use this as a template because this is fitting perfectly. So now I've got the left completely done. This is going to be my rafter tie template and rafter tie. I'll just throw that up here. Grab my clamp. All right, back and forth, onto the right side. Let's do that. So now I've got the rafter tie template, which I brought that down to the cutting station because I'm gonna have to mark all those and cut those. One thing that I need to do as well, on top of all this other stuff, is I need to put in some bracing to finish up this gable end so I can actually sheathe the rest of the way up. There are 2 foot increments. I'm going to be putting them in. It's 3.5 inches, so splitting 3.5 would be 1 3/4. 1 3/4 inches that way. Okay, 1 3/4 inches this way. That puts me at 2 foot on center, even though everything else is 16 on center. It's all right. Let me mark this side. Same thing, I'm just gonna pull from over here. 1 3/4 that way. 1 3/4 that way. 1 3/4 that way. 1 3/4 that way. So now, what I can do, I can get my blocking in there. All right, well, camera died. I just went ahead and zapped them in the rest of the way. So I've got them on 2 foot on center. That's normally how gable ends are. They're always about 2 foot on center. And that will make it perfect to where I can use the scrap pieces to block that in. Now I got to come over here on this side, set that up. Once that is done over there, then I can cut out my rafter tails, and I will be at a point where I'm going to need Mel. And from what it sounds like, Mel's going to be ready for me. So this is working out perfect timing. And yeah, go team, go!
Hey guys, I'm not sure if you know or not, but Christmas is coming, and a whole lot faster than I think any of us were anticipating. That's why today Gary and I devised a plan to divide and conquer. And while he is outside getting all the cuts and the measurements ready for us to continue on that build, I'm gonna be inside and take care of one other thing off of my Christmas to-do list. Y'all, I am very excited about this one. Today's video is sponsored by Haybike. You guys know just how much Gary and I love the Haybikes. We really enjoy riding the e-bikes up and around these mountains. It brings us so much joy. And I get the special opportunity to spread some of that joy to one of my nearest and dearest best friends who also happens to be my sister-in-law. I'm gonna put together their brand new Haybike Horizon, and I'm gonna gift it to Roxanne over at Country Road Cure. She's the only one on the property without one of these bad boys. 'Tis the season to be giving. Thank you, Haybike, for giving me this gift that I can give to Roxanne. I'm gonna tell all of you guys all about it as I set this thing up, and then I'm gonna give it to her. Time is running out, so I better get busy.
Haybike is a premier e-bike company that is sure to have a design to fit your needs and your terrain. They ship their items with free shipping to the lower 48 of the United States and also to Canada. Their e-bikes arrive in perfect working condition, delicately packed with so much bubble wrap to keep it nice and secure. Assembling it was a complete breeze, so easy to do with their careful instructions.
And there we have it, friends, the Haybike Horizon all assembled and put together. So simple, even I can get it done. Now, first things first, guys, let's talk about the color. My goodness, Haybike, you really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Inspired by the spectacular scene of the foreshore sunset, the sun sinking into the clouds and then off into the horizon, our designer portrays a stunning e-bike frame with a gradient color, symbolizing every rider's limitless potential and innovative spirit.
Man, she is beautiful. Now, she feels very strong and secure and sturdy. I am gonna be taking her on a test drive real quick just before I go ahead and gift it. But man, she is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
And it's more practical than it looks. With the addition of a horsed link suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, and all new 24-inch fat tires, all these features enable you to ride comfortably and efficiently, and at the same time, it allows you to push to your limits. Horse link suspension and hydraulic front suspension make Haybike full suspension models a class above the competition. 1200 peak brushless geared hub motor propels you forward at a fast speed, even on the hills. A torque of 80 Nm ensures quick start and provides more power in less time. The fast charge battery takes only 3 hours for a full charge to deliver 55-mile range on one single charge, which will take your adventure even further. 692 watt hours, 14.4 amp hours, and 48 volts. External removable lithium battery that you can carry separately.
Dude, this thing is freaking awesome. All right, well, I've made sure that it's safe to ride and everything is in perfect working condition. So now I'm gonna take it over to Country Road Cure and give it to Roxanne. I'm so excited, guys. She's been wanting one. And again, I'm so thankful to Haybike for not only sponsoring today's video, but for giving me this opportunity to bless my sweet sister-in-law. She really deserves it. And Haybike, you guys are the best. Y'all make sure to check out the link down in the description below. We also pinned a comment to the top of the comment section. Get yours today, because man, these things are a lot of fun. They're good for the environment and they rock.
Check out the power on this thing. I'm going straight up this really big hill we have on our property, not pedaling at all, only using the pedal assist trigger on the handlebar. Haybike is the absolute best for our rocky, mountainous terrain.
Merry Christmas! Look what we got for you today. That's for you.
Thank you. Now, do I just pedal it and it takes off, right?
It's gonna take off quick. So if you just start pedaling it, it'll go.
It's been a while since I rode a bike.
You won't forget. There you go. There you go. And now that Roxanne has one, I have one, Gary has one, Anthony has one, the four of us can be like the super cool e-bike biker gang out here.
Yeah.
Going,
Let's get some little cuts.
Yeah, right? Get some cool patches on the back.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
I love you, sis. I love you. All right, well, I'm gonna let you get back to doing your thing. I gotta go back over to the house and I gotta get to work with Gary. We're this close.
My 5 rafter ties are done. Now I've got my 2 sub fascias to cut. All right, sub fascias, rafter ties, all my stuff is done. Now I need to get mail.
Well, hey, baby.
Hey, hey.
I'm ready.
All right.
Got my apron on, got all my stuff.
Perfect. That was perfect timing there.
That was perfect timing.
Literally just got done. Got the sub fascias cut, rafter ties are all set. We've got the gable ends done. Everything is cut off of the rafters, so we're ready for the sub fascias. Now I'm thinking what we're gonna wanna do is sheathe the gable ends, so that way that's done and we're not having to fight with all the rafters. I mean, we're gonna have to be fighting with them here and there, but we won't have to mess with them in our way per se. And then when I do the braces for the hangovers on each eave and whatnot, I'll be able to get that final number. I didn't want to cut those and be like, all right, that's the, you know, that's the size that it should be, and then have to go again and cut them or have the wrong size or whatever else like that.
Okay.
So we'll do that and we then should be ready for the roofing.
Heck yeah.
So it's
You've
getting
been
there.
busy. It looks great, man.
It is getting there.
It looks great.
So we'll get the sheathing up on the gable ends.
All right.
As you can see, I've got that piece right there, which I can hold that up and see if it will fit, but it should fit. That's a 26 1/4.
Yeah, this is 36 1/2.
36 and a half.
On the shallow end.
I like it. All right, that can even fit over on that side if need be. All right, that makes me happy. You can grab a pocket full of glue.
I don't got a pocket full, but I got some.
If you want to grab the pieces, that way you're not having to be up here on the ladder, on the deck.
Yeah. Well, there's 3 pieces down here.
No, I know. I've got that piece right there.
Uh-huh.
Hand me that one.
Okay.
And you see where she lines.
Why don't you line that thing up?
Because I might be able to even get away with putting this guy this way. Oh, so close.
Just a little shy.
He's a little shy. But it's all right. And I'm not gonna trip that that's not zapped right there like that. That's fairly close. You wanna go get me another scrap piece?
Yeah, be careful up here.
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yep, I'm sure.
You want this one right here? This one's kind of skinny. You want me to measure it?
That. What's the width on that? Because that might fit perfectly right there. I've got.
It's 17 and a half. 17
and a half.
Almost 17 and 3/4.
Dang. Yeah, 18 and 3/4.
Let me check this other one.
I'm at 18 and 3/4 on that way, but I might be able to use that guy for the other side. I just have to.
This one over here is 20 and 1/4.
Let me get that one. Should hit right there, but I'm not sure. Okay. I'm gonna wanna scoot back real quick.
Be very careful then.
So let me move on over.
And I'll get down and you holler a measurement at me and I'll see what we got.
Okay. Grab my circular saw as well, because I'm gonna have to notch it out for this guy.
All right.
But we are needing something at least 26 and 1/4.
It's 29.
$26 and 1/4.
This is 29. I'm gonna go grab your circular saw.
That's 10 inches. like a glove.
Nice.
Uh, 19 1/4, it looks like.
Okay, be careful.
If you can ideally get a 4-foot piece, that'd be cool, but at least at minimum, like a 3 1/4, 3 1/4. Oh. Now we can zap those off. There's that gable, or that side of that gable. Oh. Let's not get caught up on the rafter. Nice. There's that.
All right, so Gary was able to finish putting in and zip taping the whole front gable end, and now he's working on the windows. Very exciting, guys.
Can you grab the baby wipes inside and start wiping this guy up?
I got you.
Sweet. There she is.
Nice. You want me to start zip taping this window?
Here you go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be putting these rafter ties in. And I've already got everything marked. You can see that at the bottom right,
Yeah, I see the line.
that line. So the bottom of that rafter tie is going to be there, okay? We're gonna have to have one on one side, one on the other. So I'm gonna have to climb up there and be up there while you're climbing around on the ladder.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that just really stiffened up this roof, you know?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
That's really tying everything in. All right. We got those rafter ties in. Now, we got to finish up this gable end. Once we finish up the gable end, we can also install this window. And then we are on to the eaves and the subfascia area. Get that all tackled in and done. Then it's on to the roof sheathing. We can start actually grinding this thing in.
Heck yeah.
So I
So close.
wanted to get that all done right now because we have to move that green ladder to get on over to that side. And yeah, we're not going to be up here for a minute. So now that all that is done as well, and when I move the ladder, I'll also be able to have the ladder over there so I can walk the sheathing up. All working together. Trying to get it going like that. It's
Like
hard.
magic.
It's a lot of steps. I mean, you got to think of all of them, you know? Whew.
Well-oiled machine.
So Gary and I were running out of daylight. We started getting very, very busy on putting all of the zipboard sheathing up all the way up the top of the gable ends. We were using a lot of our scrap pieces that we had left over from all of the cutoffs, and we were just trying to piece it together and make this work. Gary was measuring everything, getting all of the cuts together, and he was hollering out numbers for me, and I was digging through the scrap piles, and we were just finding everything to make it happen and make it work. Slowly but surely, the playhouse was starting to take shape. As soon as all of the green zipboard was up, he went into the top and he started using his jigsaw and cutting off all of the cutoffs. I had to steer clear from all of the pieces falling like bombs down below, but I managed not to get hurt, and Gary managed to get them all cut off perfectly. We had a couple of other little pieces of scrap that he needed to continue to add on, but once he got that finished, he decided to start rolling out the zip tape, because again, the ladder was Gary's nemesis of the day. Having to move it so many times back and forth was really a lot of work. We cut a lot of that out of the video, but as you can see in the time lapse, it still was a struggle. The one thing that we really love about the zip system is that the green board is all you need. You don't need any house wrap. Once you put the green board up and you use the proper zip tape to go along with it, you roll it and your structure is dried in. So it makes it a lot easier for you when you're building when using the zip board system. As soon as the zip board system was fully up, zip taped and ready to go, Gary went around the bottom and finished screwing that part in because we hadn't gotten that done yet. What you don't see on the back end is me getting the window prepared, getting all of the caulking on it so that way we can put it into place. We got it into place, Gary screwed it all in, and once again, we had to start adding in more zip tape. Gary went ahead and zipped around the whole outside, the sides and the top. He did not do the bottom, so that way there would be able for water to weep out. Now, I don't think that water stands a chance to anything that Gary builds, but you know what? Better safe than sorry, like he likes to say. Some folks like to give Gary a really hard time for overkilling everything that he does, and we laugh about it together. But you know what? I really appreciate his attention to detail and the fact that he goes above and beyond on everything that he is doing. He's making sure that the kids are going to have a lasting playhouse that not only our children can use, but hopefully our future grandchildren can use too. And during the in-between times, this place is going to be a wonderful little guest house for an overnight stay, or just, a great hangout space. So we added in all of the boards for the roof eaves, and I had to get up there with Gary and face my fears so that way I can help him pull and push and make sure that everything remained 16 on center. We ended up getting the job done together per the usual, and as he was finishing that up, he sent me over to start getting all of the pieces cut out for the continuation of the roof eaves. We're making like a ladder system there, so he again was hollering out a bunch of numbers to me. I was over off the side getting everything cut, and as soon as I got all of those boards cut, we went ahead and put them installed in the eaves, and it went up like magic. The back end was completed, and now it was time just to finish up this front end with those eaves, finishing off that ladder system up there, and it went by really quickly. I couldn't believe how easy today went, considering the amount of work that we got done together. It was just phenomenal. Another good one down in the books. Well, you killed it today. Thank you for the hard work for the kiddos, and
That was a lot of back and forth. But hey, we're ready for sheathing on the top. That's huge.
heck
Heck yeah.
Yes. We'll have this thing roofed and sided, no problem.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're calling it a day. The sun is already setting. I don't know if you could tell or not, but it's getting dark, and it's getting dark quick.
Yes. That's one heck of a overhang. I think that's going to work out perfectly.
Man, today was quite the day. Got the overhang completely in. We've got the extra bracing in. Got the sheathing all the way up and around. Got windows in. I mean, couldn't ask for a better day.
That's pretty awesome. I'm super happy. It went pretty good. I wanted to put up some sheathing on the top of the roof, but I knew it was calling too much. You know, I knew all the little tedious things that I was gonna have to do, and I'm glad that I'm ready for that sheathing though.
Yeah.
Like, we can literally throw up that sheathing up there, but I'm not doing it in the dark.
No. It's actually getting to be about that time, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's video. We are going to be wrapping this thing up really quickly though now.
Yes.
Now what's next on the agenda is roof sheathing, finishing all that off. We've got to get the rest of the deck boards in. We got to get a door on this, and then we have to do the exterior siding.
Yep.
At that point, we're good to go, and we're gonna have the kids help us out finishing off the interior. But that would be the completed list of what we wanted to get done before Christmas break for the kids.
Yep. It's pretty awesome. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's like a little mini house.
It is. It's like a little mini cabin over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's gonna be. Yeah.
Well, anyway, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's video. And as usual, friends, we love y'all. And until the next one, we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.